Hello everybody, it's me, Don Weeb here with coming back with two parts in the same video. This is part 7 and 8 for What If Naruto Had One For All. I'm combining this into one video just because I've missed last week's part, so the parts that I had missed last week will be coming out this week. Anyway, so before we start, I just want to say sorry for being a little bit absent. I have some stuff going on in real life that I need to take care of. In roughly 20-ish days, though, I should be all clear from everything going on. It's nothing like life-threatening or anything that bad. Just some personal stuff, and it should be over soon, relatively. And then once that happens, I'll be getting back on the grind, maybe posting more than once a day. Who knows? I might post some anime analysis, character analysis, whatever, on my second channel, Weeb, if you want to check that out. But whatever. Anyway, let's just get right into the video. The poll for last time, if you remember, has like 767 votes, with Jiraiya winning 77%. So that means that this video will be covering in this What If, or What If Naruto Had One For All, will be covering if Naruto will be trained by Jiraiya. So I hope you guys were okay with that. Glad you guys want that, and I'll tell you what's going to happen. So, as you already know, Naruto still has Chakra, and his Chakra gets enhanced by One For All. And so, also, everyone has the 8 inner gates. What would have occurred if you guys had voted to have Might Guy train him is Naruto would have been training, and due to him already being physically strong, he would have unlocked access to the first gate, which would have been his ability. But instead, we'll be training with Jiraiya, so we'll be covering what happens during the 1-month gap. If you guys want Naruto to train with Might Guy during one of the other training sessions that occur during Naruto, I'll be putting polls up for this What If at different training arc points. You guys can pick then. Some different stuff will occur, though. I have different storylines planned out based on what you guys choose. That's kind of my What If style, like letting my viewers, you guys, get involved on the action. But anyway, let's just get right into the story. It's been long enough. Before you guys get deep into it, though, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below what you think of this video, and also, what do you have for dinner last time that you remember. Also, make sure to hit the bell notification, subscribe, and whatever. Self-plug-in, self-promotion. Let's just get right into the What If, though. Naruto walks out of the Chunin exam building just afterwards completing it. He's now excited for the next challenges. He's convinced that using One For All, he can definitely destroy the Chunin exams and become the most powerful Chunin of his entire grade, proving all the girls wrong, as well as the whole Leaf Village, that he's going to become the Hokage someday. And so, Naruto, as he heads out, walks off into the village, preparing to go to Ichiraku Ramen to get a nice after-fight snack, as well as think about what he's going to do for the next few days. After he gets to Ichiraku, he enjoys a nice, tasty, delectable, juicy ramen bowl. After finishing up the noodles and the miso pork, he gives the bowl as it makes a clatter back to Toichi, who thanks Naruto as he tips his hat to him as Naruto pays him the money. Naruto walks back, and as he looks towards the distance, he sees Kakashi walking off with Sasuke. Kakashi-sensei! Oh, hey Naruto, what's up? It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a few days actually since that the Chunin exams part 1 and 2 had taken place. I mean, the first 2 exams of the Chunin exam had taken place. Sasuke and Kakashi turn back as they look towards Naruto. Naruto looks into Kakashi's eyes and asks him, Kakashi-sensei, will you train me during this next month while I'm waiting for the next part of the exams? You and Guy-sensei had been working with me before when I've been training on the time before when we were doing the D-rank missions, and I want to still get stronger. And I know you told me that I shouldn't be going over 50% of what I can do, but I think that if I can get stronger, like what I did back then during the Land of Waves mission. We have a flashback to Naruto when he recalls the slight glimpse of the Kyuubi Chakra, enhancing his body to the point where he was healing faster than One For All could damage him. I think I could handle maybe even higher than 50%, maybe even 70%. Kakashi puts a hand on Naruto's shoulder and tells him that, unfortunately, he is busy with training Sasuke. However, he does have another teacher he had in mind for him, and he directs him towards Ibisu-sensei. Naruto is kind of upset about this and tells Kakashi what he thinks, and says that he's favoriting Sasuke, which is not fair, as he should be treating all of his teammates equally. Kakashi smiles and laughs and tells him that this way they can learn different jutsu as well as grow in their own path. Sasuke says bye loser as he walks away. He then turns back quickly and tells Naruto he did a really good job in the exams, but he's still gonna outshine him next time, as Sasuke smiles as he turns away. Naruto feels something inside of him as he just feels acknowledged for the first time, and he smiles a little bit, feeling a crack in his shell from all the years of abandonment that he had from the villagers as well as the neglect from everyone in the Leaf Village. He shakes out of this though, as he then thinks that as he's getting back to training. Naruto, did you hear me? I said your chakra control is terrible. What? Sorry, what did you say, Ibisu-sensei? You really weren't paying attention again? Fine, let's go back over it. Naruto, what you're doing with your chakra is you're enhancing it, right? Well, yeah. Well, with your Kekkei Genkai, one for all, you called it, your family's Kekkei Genkai, apparently. Well, apparently it's supposed to boost all of your stats, correct? Yes, including your chakra pool as well as your jutsu's potency. The problem with this is that when you're using it, it's much harder to control larger amounts of chakra in your body. That's why your muscles in your body get all tensed up, as well as damaged when you use a certain higher percentage of one for all, correct? Naruto nods as he thinks about this. I want you to train for the next month without using your power, without using that Kekkei Genkai of yours. Naruto is confused at first and asks what he means, when Ibisu explains that even without using that ability that you have, your basic chakra pool should be plenty difficult for you to manipulate already. If you can master using your already normal levels of chakra control, and then at that point, you can perhaps even manipulate them at a higher level. So, for example, if you were to control your chakra to the point where you could walk on water, as Ibisu steps on the lake, then your skill would increase to the point where when you're using one for all, that it'd be far easier to control your chakra because it boosts all your stats, which would include chakra control. Am I right? Naruto finally gets the clicks in his head. So you're saying that the more I work on something, the more I'll get boosted by my stats with my Kekkei Genkai? Yes, but I don't know too much about one for all in general. I only know that before he says anything, Ibisu covers his mouth as nothing as he stops himself. What were you saying? What about one for all? Nothing, Naruto. Ibisu thinks back to the days during the last Great Ninja War, when the one known as the Yellow Flash was so fast, without using any jutsu in fact, that he could basically teleport across the field. Combined with his flying Raijin attack, he was basically unstoppable, faster than the speed of light almost. His attacks flew through the air, and his strength and power were incredible. His size and strength were only determined, almost comparable to the Raikage. Ibisu then snaps out as he stops thinking about Minato Namikaze, the most powerful wielder of one for all of all time. He looks down to Naruto and thinks about the secret that all of the special Jonin, including himself, know about. He then sighs as he doesn't see any resemblance with this kid and decides that he'll give him a try though. Alright, I think you should work on your chakra control now. I'm gonna go and work with Konohamaru on some stuff, as the third Hokage had instructed me to. Alright then, I'm gonna go train on that. See you later, Ibisu-sensei. Naruto then leaves as he heads into the town. There, he sees something rather interesting. He sees Guy-sensei training on his own, and as Guy walks away, Naruto runs up to him asking if he wants to train. Guy then tells him he's sorry, Naruto, but he has to go work with Lee and make sure that he's alright. He's actually going over to the hospital to visit him as he does his normal arm workouts. Naruto sighs and then thinks he should go check on Lee as well, then thinking that he'll find something else to do. Alright, see you later then, bushy brows. He then runs away as he finds Jiraiya the Gallant. As he walks around the corner, he then sees smoke rising and he hears a girl scream. As he rushes around to see what's wrong, seeing Jiraiya with a large red mark across his face from a girl slapping him. She's covering herself as she has a bath towel wrapped around her, and Jiraiya's laughing himself silly. He then quickly drops the binoculars, seeing Naruto, and rushes off as Naruto sees him use a jutsu to escape. Hey, what was that guy? He was just a pervert. I would stay away from him if I were you, kid. Oh wait, it's that nine-tailed brat. Never mind. Anyway, Naruto ignores this as he heads off to follow after this guy who seemed pretty interesting to him. As he eventually catches up to Jiraiya using his speed and aerodynamic movement with One for All, he actually catches up using around 5%. Jiraiya hears something as he hears the crackling of lightning and turns around to see Naruto's body covered with orange electricity. He then thinks backly to a memory that he had a long time ago of a young Minato Namikaze rushing after him using his own One for All. He then immediately realizes that this is Naruto, his own godson. Jiraiya stops where he is moving and looks back to Naruto, asking who he is, playing coy. Naruto laughs as he tells him that his name is Naruto Uzumaki, and he's going to become the next Hokage of the Leaf Village someday, and that this guy better not be causing any trouble for any of the villagers. Jiraiya smiles. He then tells him that, well, his name's Jiraiya. Jiraiya, the legendary Sannin. Naruto has no idea what this is, and just tells him that he seems strong. Jiraiya then asks him what he's doing there, and Naruto tells him that he's been hoping to train with someone, but everyone seems pretty busy. Jiraiya tells him that he has nothing going on, and that it might be fun to work out with him for a while. Naruto laughs and tells him that it'll be a blast, as they head over to the spa again to work on Naruto's chakra control. Naruto tells Jiraiya exactly what Ibisu-sensei had thought, and as he tells him, Jiraiya nods his head thinking that that was a good thought. He tells him that a little bit more about One for All, as he explains that the power of One for All isn't so unique as you might think. It's more of a combined attack, if I were to explain it. The reason that you can't use it to its full potency isn't necessarily that your body, just because your body can't handle it. I would say that in my experience with what I know of the ability, that One for All takes a shred of the user's soul when it's passed on. This gives the person's abilities as well as powers transferred a sliver of each into that power. So every time it's passed on, it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. In the conditions, you could probably even learn some of the past lost jutsu from one of the users that are connected to you now. Naruto thinks about this, and then as he's quiet for a while, he looks up asking Jiraiya, "How do you know so much about my family's Kekkei Genkai? I never met them, my mom or dad." He looks down as his hair falls over his eyes. I never knew who my dad or mom were, but no one ever talks about them to me. I even asked the old man, the third Hokage, and he just looked at me and said it didn't matter that much. But this, as he holds his hand up and then lightning flows across it, it seems like a pretty big deal. And I know a lot of people know about it for some reason, but I'm gonna figure it out one day. You'll see. You'll all see. Jiraiya smiles as he looks to Naruto, thinking about how much he doesn't understand just yet, and that someday when he's older, he'll tell him the whole story. Alright, Naruto. Well, I think it's about time we get out of here and begin testing your other abilities. What? Well, first things first, I think you'd like to learn some new jutsu, weren't you? Oh yeah, that sounds awesome! Jiraiya and Naruto head out of the actual town as they head off into the mountains. As Naruto and Jiraiya head off to the mountainside, Naruto finds the ravine that he would be eventually thrown into. Jiraiya tells him to take a step back as he tells him that there's a few things he'd like him to do first. Jiraiya pulls the scroll out as it shows the Toad summoning scroll. Well, first things first, Naruto, I'd like you to place your hand on this scroll and sign it. This will give you a summoning contract so you can summon the Toads from Mount Miyaboku. And then, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to practice your summoning. Naruto's confused as Jiraiya smiles, getting the thumbs up. Well, Naruto, you already know about the fox creature inside of you, right? Naruto thinks back to the battle in the Land of Waves. Yeah, that thing was awesome. It gave me so much power, and when I used One for All combined with its ability, for some reason my body didn't hurt, and I could use One for All to an even higher capacity. It was incredible. I felt exhilarated. Jiraiya nods and tells him that the abilities of the QB that he has gives him a healing regenerative ability that's insanely high, which counteracts One for All's degenerative abilities, making it almost as if a perfect union. Our goal during this month, Naruto, is for you to gain a bit of a hold on that fox's chakra. If you can combine the fox's chakra with your own, you'll be an unstoppable war machine. One of the best shinobi around, I dare say. And also one of my best students. Jiraiya gives a thumbs up. Naruto then tells him that if he's nice, he might show him the sexy jutsu again. Jiraiya has blood fall off his nose. He thinks of Naruto's sexy jutsu and tells him to get on with it, as Naruto laughs, creating the sexy jutsu. Naruto then begins working on the summoning jutsu with Jiraiya, as he eventually gets the hang of it to the point where Jiraiya thinks he's ready. Alright, Naruto, we gotta drain all of your normal chakra out, so this is what we're gonna do. Alright, Naruto, I want you to run one for all as high of a percentage as you can. This will slowly wear away your base chakra as it uses stamina up. Naruto, who's never tried this before, runs one for all across his entire body as he fulfills himself with one for all's boosting abilities. He feels his chakra pool skyrise as he hits around his current goal that he can basically hit of 25%. 25%, or he can hit around 50% if he pushes himself a bit. 25% is what he would feel comfortable moving with without having any issues. He slowly sits there for 30 minutes, just relaxing, as he feels what Jiraiya is talking about. Utilizing one for all for extended periods of time for some reason lowers his stamina, and is causing his normal chakra pool to drain. Suddenly, one for all flickers out as it suddenly stops running out of something to power itself as a multiplier. Naruto, after about that hour of waiting, then tells Jiraiya that he's out of his normal chakra. Jiraiya nods and tells him it's time, as he picks up Naruto and throws him down into the ravine. Naruto gets prepared as he bites his thumb, blood coming from it. He then throws his hand down and creates the summoning jutsu. Summoning jutsu! Alright, Fox, it's time to pay up that chakra rent. Give it some to me right now. Kurama gently obliges as he doesn't want to die from falling off a cliff, even though he would be reborn. Suddenly, the chakra of the fox fills out through all of Naruto's body, and he feels exhilarated, and animalistic energy filling him and making his eyes spark. Suddenly, the chakra forms into the shape of a toad as it gains form physically. Then, the great toad, Gamabunta, grabs into the sides of the ravine as he saves himself and Naruto from a fall. Hey kid, what are you summoning me here for? Couldn't have been you, right? Naruto looks down to see him and tells him that was him, alright. Gamabunta sighs as he pulls himself up, thinking Jiraiya's got himself a student again. Now that that's taken place, Naruto as well as Jiraiya would begin working on it, as Gamabunta tells him that if he wants to seriously summon him, then he's gonna have to stand on his back for one whole day. Naruto punches his fist together and tells him that he's ready for anything, as he uses his chakra control and tries to grab onto his back, holding as tight as possible. Naruto sits on and grits through it all, being a true gutsy ninja. As he gets off of the toad, he feels a bit sick as he tells Gamabunta that was easy, feeling a little woozy from that. Gamabunta laughs as he tells him that I guess that Naruto can call him boss now. Naruto desummons Gamabunta and then tells Jiraiya that he's wiped out. Jiraiya laughs as he then puts Naruto down as Naruto falls asleep on his lap. Naruto looks up to see the night sky later as Jiraiya's leaning back against the tree, completely passed out as well. And Naruto then falls back to sleep. That's the end of part 7 for What If Naruto Had One For All. But now, as I said, we're going to get into part 8 right now. So, it's been a few days since Naruto summoned Gamabunta, and he's gained a little bit of a hang on the summoning jutsu, and he's not too sure about using Kurama's chakra just of yet. Although to him now, he just knows him as the Nine Tails. Jiraiya himself is rather impressed with Naruto's growth speed, and is truly impressed with Naruto's handle over his Kekkei. Naruto, who has terrible chakra control, for some reason is a natural with using one for all. It's way easier for him than using the fox's chakra, as it feels warm, and when Naruto uses it, he feels cool, and like when Sasuke or Kakashi uses their Sharingan, it's something that makes Naruto feel special, you know? Anyway, Naruto, after his completion of training for the month with Jiraiya, then tells Jiraiya he's got to head back for the Chunin exams. Jiraiya tells him that he'll see him there and good luck on becoming a Chunin. Anyway, now Naruto gets out of the forest as he waves goodbye to the Toad Sage. As Naruto heads back to the arena, Naruto is prepared to see who's going to be fighting this tournament. As Naruto walks down into the arena, he then notices that his clothes are a bit dirty and ragged from after all the training. It doesn't seem to bother him that much though. Sakura is sitting in the stands as she turns and sees Naruto, waving to him as Naruto waves back saying hi, and that's been a while. At this point, Naruto sits down next to Sakura and asks how it's going. Sakura, who's busy thinking about Sasuke, snaps back out of him and tells Naruto that she's been training real hard and that she thinks she's finally caught up to Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto says congrats on that and asks what she did. Oh, well, I didn't really do much of anything since I'm not in this tournament, but I did work on a novel that I was writing. Well, that's cool. Anyway, what were you doing? What were you writing about? The stories of Sasuke and Sakura. The sequel. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get right into the actual exam. Sakura is kind of put down as Naruto is more excited about the Chunin exams. Sakura sighs and then thinks about her dreams of Sasuke, now fading out of the background. Now Naruto hops down to the arena with the rest of the companions that he'll be battling against and sees the markers. I'll be fighting against Neji Hyuga. Neji and Naruto look at each other as Naruto thinks that this is it. This is what he's been training for, to avenge Hinata as well as his friend Lee, and prove that Guy Sensei's teachings were correct, as well as that having a power doesn't necessarily make it wieldable, and using it properly is what gives someone the advantage. Shikamaru would eventually have his fight with Temari before the large fight, which everyone's been waiting for actually, between Naruto Uzumaki and Neji Hyuga. After Shikamaru's fight, he thinks what a drag that he had to lose to a girl, but everyone, including in the stands, are impressed by his thoughtfulness and foresight. Shikamaru had used his intelligence to know that when to give up from a fight, and that was a very important trait in ninja. Naruto himself now hops into the arena, prepared to fight to prove that he can become a Chunin. And as he walks into the fight, he feels something strange inside of him, a flicker or spark, like someone patting him on the shoulder. He turns around and just for an instant sees hundreds of people from the past, from the far past, who are shaded out, and people from the more modern time who are patting him and wishing him good luck. He quickly shakes his head as they disappear quickly, and Naruto wonders what that was all about. Though unknown to him, it was one for all, giving him his best shot, a good luck almost. As Naruto is getting into the fight, he then stands there across from Neji, locked eyes with him. As everyone is expecting Neji Hyuga to absolutely destroy the Nine-Tails brat, suddenly the announcer, the Chunin, calls out the battle. Let the battle begin in 3, 2, 1, fight. Naruto dashes forward, quickly using his own chakra to push off the ground, putting chakra into his feet and legs. Neji, who activated his Byakugan initially at almost instant breakneck pace, then jumps out of the way as he then swipes at Naruto with a gentle fist attack, hitting his shoulder. Naruto then laughs as he thinks of how he's going to get out of this, knowing that he just got hit by an attack. Naruto then falls back, creating shadow clones, and they all begin rushing towards Neji. As Neji then takes them out one by one individually with little to no effort, eventually using his initial 3D defense from the Byakugan Gentle Fist style, which took a lot of them out, 5 in fact. Naruto takes a few steps back, and then decides on what he should do next, strategizing. He then currently runs away from Neji, a good fair distance, and then he decides, alright body, don't fail me now, let's do this. Naruto activates One for All up to 20%, and then wonders if he can still do this. He looks at Neji and begins to pull his finger back into a flicking position. Neji laughs from across the arena as everyone else in the stands begin to laugh as well. What are you gonna do, flick me to death? Suddenly, Neji is caught off guard when a burst of wind slams him in the face. Naruto flicks his finger, and as he does so, charging One for All into his hand, a burst of air comes shooting out of it like an air cannon, slamming into Neji as he goes flying backwards. Everyone in the arena is shocked, especially Hiruzen, as well as a lot of the Leaf Ninja. They're wondering if he used a hand seal. Neji looks back and wonders, was that the gentle air? Was that an air fist? Was that an air palm bullet? What was that? Now, Neji, who's still being outmatched by Naruto from this distance, realizes his mistake. Naruto knew, using his strategy, that Neji himself was a close combat fighter, which was similar to Naruto's style. If Naruto could use One for All in an offensive maneuver from a long-range attack, Neji wouldn't have anything he could do. Neji grits his teeth as he didn't think Naruto would have this idea, or foresight and even to think of it. Naruto laughs, thinking that he caught him off guard, as he continues flicking his fingers as fast as possible, causing explosions of air to hit the ground around Neji, as well as Neji himself. Naruto then creates shadow clones who all rush around the sides of the arena, quickly activating One for All inside of all of them. They then begin to use their own flicking attacks as they shoot air cans at Neji. The real Naruto then goes rushing in. As he rushes in towards Neji, he then powers up One for All up to 25%, speeding his movements up so that a blitz of energy of orange lightning goes crackling around him. His body becomes almost pure energy as he goes flying off a kick towards Neji, slamming Neji in the skull as Neji goes flying back. Neji then laughs as he thinks that this is all he can do, using his 3D palm defense, causing all of the air bolts to be deflected and hitting the clones, deactivating them. Neji then uses his 64 trigram palm and then tells Naruto it's over, hitting all of Naruto's chakra points at once. Naruto's One for All is shut down as well as the QB spot is hit. As Naruto falls to the ground, unable to move, they begin to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Suddenly, before one hits, just as the announcer's about to say so, and that Naruto is out, Naruto begins to stand as a large pulse of electricity begins to cover his entire body. His entire body begins to feel with the red energy, surrounding his eyes, face, nose, everywhere. Naruto forces himself to stand, as One for All, using its power and overwhelming chakra supply, overwhelms all of his chakra points and forcefully opens them, including his seal on the QB. As soon as this happens, Naruto feels the experience of something he never felt before. Just pure power. The QB's seal with just a bit unlocked from One for All's strength, then allows the QB to give Naruto chakra. Naruto feels his body cover with red energy, as Neji using his Byakugan sees the outline of an orange fox crackling with electricity over its fur begin to glow over Naruto's body. Naruto roars as his teeth grow a bit in expansion, and the One for All that he already has activated at 25% is boosting his QB as well as his own chakra, causing his power to be higher than it's ever been. Naruto looks at Neji and then tells him that no matter what, this fight's over now. Naruto then blitzes forward, a burst of red and orange energy curving around the arena as he flies around the walls. Naruto goes bouncing from wall to wall, so aerodynamic as he jumps through the air, confusing Neji and surrounding him. As Neji tries to use his defense, Naruto jumps directly at the attack, and as he does so, he then begins to pull his fist back. Naruto, Uzumaki, 5K barrage! Naruto created 50 shadow clones as they all surround Neji and begin to hit Neji from all sides, using his own version of the 64 palms attack. Naruto says, Naruto, 5K barrage! Using all 50 of his shadow clones at One for All speed, using the QB's enhancement, he hits all of the shadow clones, including himself, hit 100 punches on Neji. Neji's body begins to actually have cave-ins and dents as bruises as well as bones begin to shatter and break across his face. Naruto feels his hands coated in blood as the red thick liquid drips to the sandy ground. Neji falls back after the attack as Naruto deactivates all of his shadow clones as well as One for All and his QB filled chakra, causing him to go back to his normal state. Naruto then suddenly feels relaxed as the rest of the QB chakra flows back inside of the seal and his body has no repercussions from using One for All so much frequently. Neji then sits on the ground, laying back and barely breathing. Neji coughs up blood as he feels one of his lungs collapsing. Naruto then quickly calls in medical aid as they grab Neji and pull him into the medical office, beginning to work on him with medical ninjutsu immediately. Naruto could have killed him if he'd gone all out. Naruto not using most of his strength in that battle and limiting himself to 25% of One for All had actually worked out for the better. Naruto looked back to Neji, and then as he's being taken away on the stroker, tells him that, Neji, for the past month I've been training solely for the reason to beat you. And I just want to let you know one thing. That training that Bushy Brows, Rock Lee, has been doing, he could have beaten you just as bad as I did, or even more. As Naruto sees Neji taken away. Gaara, who saw Naruto's battle with Neji, his interest completely peaked as he saw Naruto's ferocious power. Naruto climbs up into the stands as Sakura's eyes are basically rolling out of her head out of surprise and shock. Naruto laughs as he then tells her that that was a pretty strong fight and that Neji was doing really well, and that if he hadn't used that attack on him, the 64 palms, he probably might have actually won the fight. Naruto thinks about what had occurred during that moment, when the One for All had activated itself on his own. Naruto hadn't even used his chakra to activate his Kekkei Genkai. It seemed like it had its own mind of its own, pushing Naruto to win and telling him that he could go on and never to give up. Naruto smiles when suddenly he sees Sasuke appear as Gaara's fight with Sasuke is about to begin. If you guys want to see part 9 for What If Naruto Had One For All, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below what you thought, as well as I hope you guys enjoyed this 2-parter episode. Sorry I came out a little bit later. The editing I had to do was a little bit longer than my usual videos. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.